Hi everybody, welcome to another Wednesday. Today's Wednesday word is brought to you by Andrew Knox, and he's going to be looking at the theme of commander's intent, looking at look for verses 18 to 19. So I'm going to hand over to Andrew.
Hey guys, I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe during these days. Just to start our Bible study off, I just want to read to you a couple of verses from Luke chapter 4. And it's verses 18 and 19, which reads, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favour." Early on in Jesus' ministry, he read this passage from Isaiah, and he went on to say then that he was the fulfillment of this prophecy, which, as you can imagine, caused quite a stir back in the day. This is kind of Jesus' mission statement that reveals to us what his mission on earth was all about. Or, to put it another way, it was his commander's intent, or CI for short. For the military, planning missions is a very important task, yet the chances of everything going exactly to plan are highly problematic. They know exactly what they need to achieve, but planning it is hard because there's so many variables. So therefore the military developed this CI approach. At the top of every mission plan, there would be the commander's intent stated in its clearest possible terms. For example, the CI would read, "Secure the western quarter of the city." Now, underneath would give a detailed plan. However, if the plan fell apart, everyone would still remain clear and know exactly what needed to be done. And Jesus had a clear CI. If we just read that verse 18 again, it just says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed." And for us as human beings, we fall into that bracket. We are poor in our sins. We are captives to our sins. We are blinded by our sins, and we are oppressed by our sins. And Jesus came to be the light of the world. He came to preach the good news. He came to proclaim liberty, that we can have freedom from our sins, and basically open our eyes and our hearts to God's love. We should have a clear CI as well. We never know what life will throw at us. Many days just don't go according to plan. Maybe a CI would help us ensure that whatever happens to us, we don't lose sight of what we're meant to be doing. If we're following Jesus, then surely our CI should be similar to his. I know for me personally that when I feel challenged and even a little lost at times, and what's going on in my life, I remember these words from Psalm 13. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Light up my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest my enemy say, I have prevailed over him. Lest my foes rejoice because I am shaken. But I have trusted in your steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. David in this psalm starts off going from a place of despair, and he turns to God through prayer, which leads him in the end of the psalm to be praising God. And I find that a great comfort when the waves get choppy, as it were, in life. But there's also an important verse personally for me, and I think should be for all of us, written on our lives, and it's found in Mark chapter 16 verse 15, and it reads, And he said to them, Go into all the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole of creation. I think for me this verse gives me focus, and as a Christian it gives me that commander's intent for my life. Maybe not necessarily as a missionary in far off parts of the world, but just right on my doorstep, trying to serve Jesus in whichever way I can. I hope and pray this Bible study will help you in these strange and difficult days, that God has a plan, and hopefully as we learn day to day that our thoughts and ways of thinking will be similar to God's. Thanks for watching.